Pranams and a very good morning to respected elders and dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to Being Heartful Every Day with Swadhyaya. We welcome all our brothers and sisters who join us sincerely day after day, willing to make a habit out of our daily sadhana, willing to sit for a few minutes each day to follow the practice as prescribed. And along with the practice, go deep within ourselves for Swadhyaya, self-study, and introspection. This week, we have taken up the subject of prejudice as we are exploring chapter by chapter Revered Daji's newest book, The Heartfulness Way, Book 2. Daji has invited all practitioners, all sincere seekers to read this book and imbibe the wisdom that is contained in it. It is his commentary on reality at dawn, and that is what is our literature study for this week, Reality at Dawn by Revered Babuji, as well as The Heartfulness Way 2 by Revered Daji. As we approach the end of this week, we have tried to summarize the subject of prejudice from various books of Revered Babuji Maharaj and Revered Daji. Specifically in the Reality at Dawn, there is a reference to prejudice. And if we were to sum up, if we would try to think, how does this thought pattern of prejudice arise in us? What is the origin of prejudice? How does it take root in us without our conscious awareness? How would we know how the prejudice came in the first place? Both Revered Daji and Revered Babuji offer this insight that it is our likes and dislikes that become the root cause of prejudice. If in our minds we like something, we tend to be favorable towards that aspect when we see it in people. And we end up liking those people. We end up thinking positively about those people. But if because of our previous conditioning, we dislike something, that as a thought pattern in our energetic field ends with us looking at that aspect in other people and making up our minds, making up a judgment saying, this person is not good. And sometimes these dislikes become so potent that they lead to hatred towards others. When we think we have some aspect that we like, some aspect of a personality that we like, for example, I come from a rich family. So if richness is something we have a predisposition towards, it is something we like, then in our minds, there breeds the prejudice of dislike towards those who may not be as rich as I am, and breeding feelings of false self-superiority in a disguised form. In some way, we would not welcome the company of perhaps people who may not have as much money as we. This is just an example. And prejudice also arises from dogmatic beliefs and judgmental thinking. If we have grown up since childhood hearing in our immediate environment that people from such and such caste are of a certain kind, or people from a certain religious community are of a certain kind, that kind of becomes a belief, which is nothing but a deep-rooted thought pattern whose roots may go back to our very childhood. Do we have any verifiable cause for thinking like that? Perhaps not. But it becomes a dogmatic belief. And we end up judging people who do not fall in our minds categories of this and that. Yesterday, a brother or a sister messaged us in the chat asking, "It is good to know, but what do we do about it? What is the solution?" So in his books, revered Babuji Maharaj, and now in the Heartfulness Way too, revered Daji, offers us a glimpse of the antidote, of the solution. They invite us to bit by bit, through our practice, increase the feeling of love within the heart. They truly say love is blind because love does not harbor prejudice. It does not judge. Love opens us to oneness, to a feeling of we are the same. We can develop generosity of heart, which is not just about giving away things, donating things, gifting things, but about a genuine and open communication with others, an open-hearted communication, and a space of understanding of the person as they are, a heartfelt acceptance. When we approach others with genuine and pure intentions, with only the welfare of others, of ourselves, just a simple purity of heart, then there is a scope that we may be able to free ourselves from prejudice, dropping all ideas of nationality, color, race, creed, gender, thinking and recognizing a shared common humanity, recognizing that at the end and at the very beginning, we are all human beings with the same problems, desires, needs, and aspirations. Through introspection, contemplation, and meditation, as we do daily, we can purify our intentions and reset certain predispositions which are nothing but likes and dislikes. So for today, let us read this and then Note down in our journals what arises from within us. The principle of universal brotherhood helps us to overcome prejudice and develop mutual love and respect with all beings. So, what does it mean to know everyone as thy brethren? What does it mean to say everyone is my brother or sister? How does realizing our shared humanity diminish the ground for prejudice? Make it more and more unlikely that we will have judgmental thoughts or prejudice against others. Let us try and contemplate upon this aspect today. And now let us begin our sadhana for the day with point B cleaning. We begin with an intention. At the end of this cleaning, point B will be light and we will be immersed in the glow of the soul. Fixing our attention on point B, we make a sankalpa. All the heaviness and impurities are leaving point B from the front of the body. As this process goes on, the glow of the Atman begins to appear from behind. Let us now prepare our hearts to receive the inspiration from beloved Babuji Maharaj. Let us bring our hearts to a space of emptiness, of willingness to receive, a space of softness. Whispers from the brighter world, beloved Master, revered Babuji Maharaj. Tuesday, February 8th, 2005, 10 a.m. Immersing yourself in us, in that subtle energy, has become necessary for your life and allows these contacts. By receiving us on an appropriate wavelength, you are doing what will be accessible to the man of the future and will no longer be viewed with astonishment, even with contempt, by ignorant people. Researchers are concerned about the universe. They strive to explore other planets, whereas they ignore themselves, being unaware of their real potential. Time has not yet come to highlight all these treasures, as power possessed by harmful beings would be a disaster. There are enough negative forces operating in this world. The human condition must change before another way of life is established, which would let subtle forces emerge and operate. A spiritual way prepares that transformation. Many of our brothers are still influenced by unfortunate prejudices maintained by certain religions. By being refined, the heart is released from useless aspects and progresses towards a constructive truth. This phenomena evolves in line with the planned evolution. To advance spiritually is to also become lighter and consider life, and especially the afterlife, with a broadened view. There are still so many prejudices deeply held in humans on many issues that hinder our work. May these messages be understood by the greatest number of people and help them familiarize themselves with that special communication, advantageously replacing all communication products currently in the market, in certain circumstances. May the time come when the world of the Spirit will be accessible to all those who wish it and are ready for that. Babaji Maharaj. Our deepest gratitude to beloved Babaji. Let us feel the heart full of gratitude. And now connect to the source of the divine light within the heart. Feel ourselves seated in the presence of our beloved Master within the heart. O Master, thou art the real goal of human life. We are yet but slaves of wishes, putting bar to our advancement. Thou art the only God and power to bring us up to that stage. With all humility and love, let us meditate together. Those of us who wish to continue meditating can do so and drop out of the call. Let us become aware of the condition within the heart. Become aware of the feelings at all levels. We enliven the condition, intensify it, feeling it deeply within the very core of our being, with joy and gratitude. Every cell of our body, every nerve, every fiber is soaking in the condition. All the subtle bodies becoming saturated with the condition. Condition is now expanding to the surroundings, to the whole world. Everything is absorbed with the same condition. We are now dissolving into the condition, and only the condition remains. Let us now take a couple of minutes to note down in our diaries the experience of the meditation and any guidance we may have received. Daji says that it is the feeling of love and oneness with everything and everyone in the universe. That is the only way. When you and I, when all of us dissolve into this love, as we become love, where then is that space for separation, for ego, for prejudice? Let us all carry this beautiful condition of this morning's meditation with a prayerful heart throughout the day, feeling the love radiate from our heart towards one and all. Until we meet again at 8:50 p.m. tonight, we wish all our brothers and sisters the most beautiful and blessed day ahead. Namaste.